Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by Interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news of a better than expected jump in dairy prices at this morning's auction. Overall, prices were up almost 15% from the previous auction, but that just emphasises how low they'd gotten. Today's prices just bring us back to what prices were a month ago, and those were not flash at all. Average prices are still 34% below where they were a year ago. In fact, skim milk powder prices are 47% lower. But a rise, and one that beats market's expectations, will be welcome. Today's is the first rise in the past 11 auctions. 36,900 tonnes were sold, lower than the previous auction, but otherwise higher than any other event this year. One rise won't relieve the payout pressure, but if it is followed up by more in 2 weeks' time, and that is what the futures market indicates, then commentators might start talking about a bottom. But far too early to do that now. Elsewhere, US housing starts impressed markets. July data came in 10% above the same month a year ago, 12% higher for single-family homes. These levels are now at an 8-year high. But yesterday, the Shanghai stock market slumped again, down 6%, and shares in about 1,000 companies fell by the full 10% daily limit. Investors are worried that no more stimulus is coming, that all their government is doing is the very modest 5% currency devaluation of the past week. They think this is nowhere near enough to halt the slide in Chinese growth. Uncertainties in China are having a disastrous impact in emerging markets. Capital outflows are surging, in fact at twice the rate we saw in the GFC. This is hurting countries from Asia to South America in a significant way. And the EU-Greek bailout deal is not quite done yet. Among the EU parliaments that must approve it is Germany, and there are signs of trouble. Angela Merkel faces a rebellion in a vote shaping up as her last chance to get Athens in the Eurozone. Holding things up are German fears that the IMF will require significant creditor haircuts if it is to come back in to support the deal. A couple of other smaller countries fear that as well. But in New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield benchmark is unchanged today at 2.18%. The oil price is up $1 and is now just under $43 a barrel, with Brent crude still just under $49 a barrel. The gold price is also hardly changed at $1,117 an ounce. The New Zealand dollar starts today no different from where it was this time yesterday, despite the dairy price jump. It is at 65.8 US cents, 89.7 Aussie cents, and 59.7 Euro cents. The TWI is at 70.6. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by Interest.co.nz.